Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a quick review on the Dyson Airwrap. I absolutely love this product, so if you carry on watching I'm just going to do a quick showing you how that I use it and then a quick review on it as well. So I've washed my hair and I've wrapped it up in this hair wrap. I'm just going to take it out and give it a quick brush through and then we will get started. Start off with, I'm just going to separate the hair and grip some out of the way. They recommend that your hair is slightly damp but not completely wet, so I'm just going to try and dry this off a little bit. The way that I found best is using this head here. It's quite a smoothing brush. Rather than blow drying it with this one here, I just find that smooths it a bit. I've got sort of slightly kinkier hair, so it's nice just to smooth it out. Even if you're going to do the curl barrel, it's nice just to get that finish. So yeah, I'm just going to do this with this to start with, and then we'll have a look and see how it looks. Okay, so now that's pretty much dry. There's still definitely a bit of dampness in there, so I'm going to leave it there and then start with the curling tool. The first time that I used this, we did it on the higher setting, and I think the higher heat setting, I think that it's actually too warm, which is quite strange because it says that it's, you know, it's meant to be better for not damaging the hair and things, but I still find that that is quite a hot setting, especially if you have it with the curler close to your scalp. You will find it gets too hot. I find just the medium heat setting completely warm enough. It does everything that it needs to do without being painfully hot near the scalp and obviously not damaging the hair too much. So this is the heat setting here, and this one here is the airflow. I tend to have the airflow on the higher setting and then yeah, the heat just on the medium setting there. That's also the on-off button, but there is the cold switch here. So if you put it up, you just push it up and hold it there. It just gives it the blast of cold air. The first time that I used it exactly how they said, in letting the air catch the hair and take it up to a curl itself. I'm just going to show you that way first and then show you another way which I found actually works better to smooth it out. So I'm just going to turn it on now, so it might be a little bit noisy. So they recommend taking it down to here and then letting the air pull it up so that it holds tight there, and it's really quite light so you can hold it easily. I'm just going to show you what that looks like to start with, and then I'll show you the way that I found best to do it. So now I'm just going to blast it with the cold air, so just pop that and you just have to hold it up. They recommend about 10 seconds. And then turning it off before you release the curl. So this is the curl that it gives. It's more of a barreled sort of curl rather than more of a wavy curl. I do prefer a slightly wavier curl, but yeah, if you want more of a barrel curl, then I would say definitely let the air take it up, which is exactly how it's supposed to be used. Use that and then you'll get these nice curls, and this perhaps just best to spray and run through your fingers at the end. But I'm just going to show you the sort of curl that I prefer and the way that I found it works best with my hair. So I'm just going to smooth that out a little bit. So I find it best if you use it more how you would use a traditional curling wand. So I'm just going to pop the heat on. And I just hold it at the root here and wrap the hair around. Like so. And then turn it off. So it gives this more, I think, a lot more sleeker wave, which is what I prefer. When it's all done, I prefer it to look a little bit more, I guess, sleek, because my hair's quite flyaway anyway. That's the look that I at least want to start off with. So I'm just going to carry on and do the rest of my head. happy with it. I've just popped some hairspray through it. I quite like it sort of this as much wavy as possible, so I just pop the hairspray in and then just sort of scrunch it up to give it a little bit more of a lift. I think doing it this way of wrapping it around the barrels, it just gives it more of a sleek look. You could always run your hands through it, but I find that they do drop out a little bit anyway, so just kind of try and keep it there for as long as possible. So that's the finished look. It's a really beautiful, sort of naturally wavy, but quite sort of sleek without the flyaways, because I've got really frizzy, I've got fine hair, but I've got a lot of fine hair. So if I was to leave it naturally, I don't know if you saw sort of halfway, it's just completely frizzy. Yeah, not a good look. So it just really helps to smooth it out. I find that I could get 2, possibly even 3 days out of this with a bit of dry shampoo, just because I'm a little bit time poor. So it's fantastic if you just want to, you can even, when it's completely dry like the next day, you can just wrap a few more if you want it to look special again. But to be fair, I think that it does look really good even after 2 days. Just put up a bit more hairspray and perhaps even some serum, and I think you're pretty much good to go. So this is the box that the Dyson Airwrap comes in. It's quite a substantial box, I'd say. They all come in this tan colour at the minute, which I quite like actually. I think it's quite a neutral colour. They kind of needed to go for a colour that suited everyone, and I think it does do that. Some people say it's a bit naff, but I quite like it. Then in there comes this heat pad, and I'm just going to show you all of the attachments that you get. So I got the box that has all the different attachments, so it's got the curling and the smoothing as well. So you get your 4 different curling barrels, 2 of the larger and 2 of the smaller. They're just different, the ways that they curl because of the airflow, that is different each way. You get 1 for each side of the head, and again in the smaller. Then you get this attachment here, which is like the hairdryer attachment. That's really good, so you can just use that instead of your normal hairdryer, or if you're looking for sort of a new hairdryer, you do get that attachment also. Then next is this smoothing brush. I believe this is for sort of finer hair, more sort of my hair type. It's the one that you use if you want to smooth and straighten. Then similarly this one, I think this is more for a lot more coarser, rougher hair, curlier hair. Yeah, it does the same thing, so it smooths it and gives it more of a straight look. Then last but not least is this barrel here. This is more of the sort of normal one that we're used to seeing, the brush that you attach. It doesn't spin or rotate or anything, this brush. It is just like the heated brush with the airflow coming out in all directions. So this is the Airwrap itself. It has 3 different speed settings and also 3 different heat settings. This is the on-off switch, and also if you push it up and if you push it up and hold it up, it does a cool blast of air, which is really handy if you're doing the curling with the curling barrels. I've actually found that the highest heat setting is way too hot. I think they say that it doesn't actually get massively hot to damage the hair. So with it being really expensive, a few of the design features on it that I really like, I love that it's got this swivelly cord. So the cord doesn't actually get tangled up, especially when you're switching from different sides of the head. I don't know if you can see here, the cord swivels around. So the barrels click in like so. There's a switch here which you can push down to release, and they just sort of click in like so. The thing that sets this apart is it uses a technology called the Coanda effect. It's exclusive to Dyson, and it uses this technology which pushes the air out of these slits here and around the barrel like so. So it's not actually sucking any of your hair into it. It's staying on the outside so that it can't get caught up or tangled up in the wand, which is really good. Do I think it's worth the money? Yeah, I actually do think that it's worth the money. It is really expensive. I think I paid about £450 for it, but I feel like it has now replaced the need for my hairdryer, my straighteners, my curlers. I tend to use heated rollers a lot because I prefer the way that it gives more volume, and this does that. So yeah, a lot of money, and you want perhaps a new hairdryer and some straighteners, or you're just sort of in that market, then yeah, I definitely recommend it. So that's it from me. A massive thumbs up for this product. Absolutely love it. Really is my go-to product now for doing all my curling, my straightening, all of my hairstyling. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it's either helped you take a leap in faith in buying one, or perhaps you've already got one. If you have, let me know if you love it as much as I do. But that's all for today. Have a lovely day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.